I hope you're ready.
This is Unbridled Thoughts.
We want to hear what you have to say.
Welcome back to Unbridled Thoughts. I'm Sarah.
And this is Ren, and you better grab the mane and hold on because there's no reins and unbridled thoughts.
Well, this week we actually took a field trip and we are up in Atlanta.
Yes, we're in Atlanta. And I am introducing Sarah to one of my really dear friends, Lee, who is Goddess of Thunder, and we'll get to why in a minute. And she is also the co-host of Podcast Rock City, which is a podcast all about Kiss, the band.
And she has some other really cool things that we're going to break down and discover today too.
Yes.
Which other people know her already. I'm just going to learn about her. Just me today and some of our listeners.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So we wanted to kind of take it back first and sort of ask you a little bit about yourself and where you grew up and your family.
Okay. I grew up in upstate New York. I didn't move down to Atlanta till I was about 30, but I went to Cornell, got a bachelor's there, and then I went to dental school up there, so I am a dentist. I don't practice anymore, but I am a dentist. I took a desk job as a consultant. But I had a great childhood. I love the 70s and 80s. Like, that's all, no one could get me out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just stuck in the past. So, the 70s, probably 1975, my brother, especially, I have two brothers. I had two brothers. My oldest brother, who is gone now, he's the one that introduced me to a lot of music. Mm-hmm. So he was always on the floor listening to, he had his headphones, those big headphones on from the 70s, listening to Aerosmith, Elton John, you know, all this stuff. The Beatles, he loved. But one day, he had the Kiss Alive album. He was listening to it, and it was out. And I saw it, and I'm like, "What's that?" You know. And I'm let's see, 11.
So that was your first exposure
Yeah.
to Kiss? Okay.
And before that, I was into like the Partridge Family. Like David Cassidy was all over my wall. I always had an obsession, which I've part of my condition apparently. But David Cassidy was my first like obsession, and Tony Orlando and Dawn was my big thing. So then, you know, I'm getting to be a little old. I'm 11 now in 1975, and so I saw this Alive album, and I'm like, "What's this?" And my brother's like, "It's Kiss." And I just took the album, and that was it. Like, from then, it was just Kiss. Kiss was all over my walls. Me and my friend Donna put the makeup on. We put on little concerts with tennis rackets for guitars. Yeah, I still have photos of that, too. But that's how the Kiss thing started, anyway.
Now, didn't you, is it true that you started dressing as Jean as a kid, and then, you know, once you got your production value up a little bit, you started charging kids in the neighborhood a quarter to come see you?
We did. We had my friend's basement. We had a bunch of stools with the drum kit, and then we each had a tennis racket, and we'd put a pin on the end of the racket, and we'd have balloons in the ceiling with confetti, and we'd hit them with the pin, and the confetti would come down. And then I had the ketchup for blood and everything, and we did charge a quarter. Yes, we did.
That's awesome.
And they paid.
Sounds like a good show. I come. I'd be like, let's go over to the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, right. I know, right?
See the big show. What would you say is your favorite album?
Probably Destroyer. It's the first one I bought with my own money, my allowance. And it's just the one I always go to. I love the Destroyer, Love Gun, and Rock and Roll Over are my favorites, but Destroyer's like my favorite album.
Yeah.
Yeah. It never gets old.
Do you have like a favorite song?
Oof. That wavers up and down. But, you know, if I had to pick a few, I love Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and I love Deuce. It's always a Gene song, just Gene's my favorite.
Yeah, Gene.
Yeah. But anything Gene.
How long were you a dentist?
I was a dentist for 21 years. It stressed me out really bad. I didn't like it at all.
Really?
I liked the art.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed the art of it. But
Yeah.
the people attached were difficult. I've realized, which I didn't realize when I was a younger person, is how introverted I am and have some social issues. So I didn't really know to what extent as a kid. So it's really, for an introvert, being a dentist was really
that's
stressful.
hard. Yeah,
Because it's really intimate.
Yeah.
in
And they're,
people's spaces.
you know, and they're nervous, and I'm some sort of empath where I feel their nervousness.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
literally nervous all day because I could feel it.
Man. Yeah.
But if I got a really calm patient that was cool, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
That was rare.
Yeah.
But I did do it for 21 years because I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
You know, I had to pay my loans off, and I didn't know what to do. And then I found this job at a dental insurance company to be a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So I just do, you know, do claims and reviews. It's great. I sit right here in my house and do it. It's very less
That's
stress.
awesome.
But I'm still a licensed dentist. I have to be licensed for the job. So.
Yeah. Did your parents say anything like when you were like, I'm gonna?
No, because I had been mentioning all along that I didn't like it that much, and you know, I'm gonna keep doing it, blah blah blah. But then, you know, I mentioned that I found this other job. No, they were fine with it.
That's cool.
I think my family that lives here, you know, I had to stop working on them, so they're disappointed. But, you know, well, I don't want to go to anybody else.
Oh.
Now, do you miss working on like cavities or doing extractions or anything like that?
Nope.
Yeah, that seems like
Made
it'd
me
be
really
like
nervous.
gnarly.
I like I said, I like the work, like doing the fillings. There's really art involved in it, making dentures and things. But it's just working on people is really stressful.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of psychology involved.
It is. I mean,
You know.
we do, you know, we're estheticians, so we're touching
Yeah, so
people
you get
all
it.
day long,
Yep.
and we're
It's
intimate
very
too.
intimate.
And it can be a drain that people don't realize,
You
you
have
know,
to have
when
a
you're
certain
touching.
personality to be able
Yeah,
to do it.
and you can feel their energy, you know, and
Yes.
sometimes you get, even working in the spa environment,
Yep.
you'll get, you know, the nervous Nelly, and you're like, you can feel
Yes.
that the whole entire time, you know.
Yes.
Or they're fighting you, you know,
Yeah.
and it like wears you out physically because you're like
It
fighting
drained
them
me.
back.
I used to say my soul is drained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'd have someone come in and say, I remember this lady, all the tools were laid out, and I went to put her back. I'd never seen her before. Don't use any of those pointy tools on me. And I'm like,
What am I
but
supposed to
teeth
use on
are
you?
hard. I have to check. You want me to check you or not?
bones.
No.
What
so
am I
I just
doing
sat her
here?
back up. I said, I can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Well, then she picked one. You can use that one. I'm like,
Oh my
Okay, you're
gosh.
crazy.
Yeah, like
I wonder if she does that at the gyno.
I don't.
here, let me show you how to do your job.
I mean, and I was the gentlest dentist. Like,
Yeah, you
I
had
don't know
great
what else I could have
reviews
done.
on that
You
little.
know,
I watched that little VH1. You know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and everybody was like, "She's such a good
I was
dentist."
really
and
gentle,
yeah.
but,
Yeah, people followed you. It is a dance though. Like
is.
sometimes we'll have people that they have a gift certificate, it's about to expire.
Right.
And they're just like, I had to come. Like you can tell that vibe. Like maybe they don't have a good association with touch or like
Right.
being in an intimate space, and
Yeah.
then it's kind of a dance. You sort of
I'm shocked
get
because
into
that's
their
a
energy and
good feeling going to a spa, and it's the, you know,
yeah.
I'm like, because going to the dentist is looked at so negatively. I'm shocked that you guys.
It's kind of like roller coasters, though. Like I know
Yeah.
that's maybe not the best analogy, but there are people who love roller coasters. But there are people who get on roller coasters and it's so
Yeah.
overwhelming to them sensory wise. It's almost painful.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a dance, like you're saying,
True.
to kind of get into their zone. Especially if, with us, at least there's some people that enjoy it and are excited and look forward to it.
Yes,
With
yeah.
the dentist, like sometimes
Not
it's like,
many that I look
unless it's like
forward
Little
to.
Shop of Horrors or something. You know?
Although, yeah, I heard that. I heard all of them. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you had a dream to be Gene Simmons in an all-female Kiss
Yes,
cover
I did.
band. So you actually taught yourself bass guitar and all of Gene's vocals, and you did it.
I did.
Will you tell us a little bit about Black Diamond?
Yeah. So, I did. I saw a Kiss tribute band for the first time here in Atlanta at the Masquerade. I think it was Strutter.
Had to be Strutter.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Strutter. So I saw them, and I had never seen a Kiss tribute band. This was in the mid '90s, and I just hadn't seen one before. And I was like, "Wow, this is really great." I was like, "I could do that. I know all Gene's mannerisms. I just can't play bass. Oops, you know, that's not gonna work." But I knew I could do all his moves and his facial. I can do the makeup perfectly. So I had it in my mind. I said, there should be one that's all girls like this. That would be so cool.
Yes.
It's really hard to find a female musician, though. It was. It's getting easier now. People are coming out more, women playing on stage. But back when I wanted to do it, you know, there was nobody around. So I decided I did want to learn the bass. So I bought the Gene Simmons Punisher, which is, I just wanted to have it, you know. And I started teaching myself by ear a few Kiss songs, like some easier ones. And it worked for me because I know the bass lines in my head so well. I just found the notes on the fretboard. I don't read music or anything. I just found them by ear and have a way I write them down in tablature form, which I learned. So, yeah. So anyway, I decided someday I'll do this Kiss tribute band that was in my head. So I go to these Kiss conventions, and I was dressing up. I made a Gene, female Gene costume, and I would wear this to the conventions. And I met these girls in Cincinnati that were doing a Kiss tribute band, but they had one guy. The guy was Ace, and the rest were girls. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I was like, I want to do that so bad someday, so we became friends and everything. So probably like a year later, Holly, who was Gene in the band, she called me and she said, well, we decided we want you to be Gene and I'm going to be Ace.
You Ringo-starred the band?
They want all girls. Yeah, they wanted it to be all girls. They wanted really hard, and it was already called Black Diamond. So I said, okay, I only knew a few songs. Like, sure, I barely know how to play. So, and she didn't know how to play lead either, so she was learning lead. So we took some time to learn some stuff, and I drove up to Cincinnati, and we had our first practice in 2003, I think. And it went great, and we just became a band, and I would go up there, 6 or 7 hour drive twice a month. I would go up there and practice all weekend till my fingers literally bled.
Wow.
We would practice all day, and we started, I think my first show was at a Kiss convention, and I almost threw up. I was so nervous. And I still was working so hard on playing and singing lead at the same time is really hard with bass, because the bass line is not always the rhythm of the song.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's different. So it was really like this brain function you had to really work on.
Wow.
And so I would video every performance I did just to learn what I'm doing wrong. So they called me Stone Gene at that first show because I would just stand there, because I was so worried about playing and trying to sing. I was just like a statue. I stuck my tongue out once, and I saw the video. I'm like, oh my God, that's so bad. I played okay, but I was just standing there, Gene doesn't just stand there. So then, I came home from that, and I'm like, okay, I got to work on my acting, and stop looking at the fretboard and stuff. So I would play in the dark, so I couldn't look, and then just kept working on doing moves and, sticking my tongue out more and stuff, so I would make an effort. So eventually, it really came, it came to fruition.
That's really
So
cool.
we started getting really good gigs. We got some really cool gigs. It was a really fun time in my life.
How many years were you in that band?
Probably we went 9 years or something like that.
Wow, that's
It just
cool.
kind of organically kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
It just happens. But we had a great run. We're all still friends. We have a text thread still.
Oh, I love that.
So, it was a great time for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you were in a few other cover bands.
Yeah.
Actually, you had a gig the night of our wedding. When we wanted you to come, but we're like, no, play the gig.
Yeah,
the
right.
gig.
Like, you want me to cancel?
No. And some of the other bands were, you were in Iron Mullet.
I founded Iron Mullet with Craig. Yeah. Yep.
And then you were in an all-female cover band of Van Halen called She-Ruption.
Yes.
Much to the chagrin of Nickelback Rick, who really wanted you guys to be Clam Halen.
Yeah. Yes, he wanted Clam Halen. Vag Halen.
Oh my
All
God.
the names were hilarious that people were suggesting. It was so great. We went with She-Ruption though, because that's clever.
That is really
Yeah.
cool too.
I came up with that one.
It sounds cool too. It sounds like an 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That only lasted about a year because the girl, I literally built the band because of this girl, Nikki Licks, that could play guitar so well around here, and she did a lot of Van Halen. She had a little skirt of the Van Halen, design, and she just
cute.
looked cute, and I'm like, do you want to do this? She's like, yeah. So we found Carol was the drummer, and then who sang? Oh, Christy was the singer, but Nikki ended up moving a year later, and it was hard to replace her, and we had one girl that tried, but it just wasn't working out, so.
Yeah.
But we had a good little run.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you doing Gene in your bands, and also you being involved in the Kiss Nation, the Kiss Army fan base.
Yes.
You earned the moniker Goddess of Thunder, which says a lot about the respect and the respect that you command within the fandom of Kiss.
Well, the Goddess of Thunder was originally back when we had like AOL chat or whatever. What was that old chat?
I think it was, yeah,
Like that,
exactly.
that was my nickname in there. That's I
Nice.
just because Jean's the god of thunder. That was the Goddess of Thunder. So then, when the band started, I'm like, well, that's good. That's a cool stage name.
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it just became my stage name, and then it just stuck. I couldn't get
Yeah.
rid of it. People call me Goddess, and I'm just like, I'm really not, but it's funny. So. You know.
I mean, I think you are in the fandom of it. I think fans recognize you. You know, I really
Well,
do.
I become a cult figure because of that TV show I was on.
Yes, yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Mhm.
Are we getting there to this question?
Actually, yeah.
Why not?
Her talent as like a Gene cover artist caught the attention of Kiss many times and their fans. But around 2014, you caught the attention of VH1, and you were featured in an episode of their show Fan Club.
This was actually the year 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay.
I was a mere youngster.
And this episode included a Kiss-themed wrestler named Vampiro. Our friend Ron, shout out to Ron, who's a huge 311 fan too. And in the episode, he answers like this big Zach Morris phone, and we were dying. Like
Oh,
this
Ron,
big
yes.
brick of a phone. We're
I
like,
know.
geez.
I mean, that was so great.
Yep. And you, will you tell us about that experience and being approached and what life was like after filming that?
The wrestler on the show was actually Del Torborg, the Demon.
Oh,
He was the
okay.
Kiss official wrestler. Vampiro was the one in the show that he wrestled. And Vampiro
Arch-
hated
arch
Kiss.
nemesis.
His
No,
arch
see.
nemesis hated Kiss. Yeah. But, so VH1 put a ad out. This is the year 2000. Put an ad out, or no, this is 1999 actually. That they put the ad out that they were looking for Kiss fans for a TV show about Kiss fans.
Oh, wait, that's me.
So I emailed, I said, I'm a dentist, I love Kiss, I go to Kiss convention. This was before I was in a band. This was, because the band I didn't start till 2003, Kiss, the Black Diamond. So, I'm a dentist, I love Kiss, da, 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 da. So they emailed me back that they wanted a video. So Rick, our buddy, came over and he's like, I'm going to interview you and we're going to go around and show your condo because I had all my Kiss memorabilia around. So that's what we did. And they called me and said I was one of the 4 chosen.
Nice.
So I was like, wow, that's great. And it was supposed to just be a show about fandom. They came to my condo and looked at all my stuff. Then they came to my work. They followed me to a Kiss convention where I put the makeup on and everything. And that was supposed to be it. It's just about fans, So then about 2 weeks later, they called me and said, we want you to go to a Kiss concert and meet Gene backstage.
Oh, wow.
Well, in the video, I did watch that video, so I guess I knew about
Yeah.
the TV show.
Yeah.
You had
That wasn't
said
supposed to
that you were
happen.
hoping to
Yes.
meet
Yeah.
them and take. Did you get all the members ever, or just Gene?
Well, what happened, see, I met Gene and Paul and Bruce and Eric in '94 at something called Blaze Fest up in, I forget where it was, but Chicago, I think. I met them there, but they weren't wearing makeup. I met them in a hotel. It was the first time I'd ever met them, and that was a story too. But anyway, so they didn't have the makeup on or anything. So then when this came around, this was going to be Gene. They had their makeup back on. The reunion had already taken place, and this was the farewell tour. We'll put that in quotes. That's in quotes.
Air quotes.
Air quotes. So they were like, we want you to meet Gene backstage in your makeup. We want you to wear your makeup and meet Gene. We'll film it, So they flew me up there. Back then, I had to print out the directions on MapQuest.
Yeah.
There was no cell phone, really.
Right.
There might have been, I don't remember. Yeah. So I got lost on the way to the venue. And I did make it, thank God, but, it was bad. But there was one little bathroom for me to put my makeup on, and people kept knocking. What's going on? Because it was backstage. It was like for the roadies or something. And so I was putting the makeup on, shaking like this. But I got it on. So they had me waiting, and they brought me in, and Paul was in the hallway, so I got to meet Paul. I have some footage with him that VH1 gave me. It wasn't on the show, but I have the raw footage.
That's cool.
And then I got to meet Gene, and before, when they were interviewing me, before I was supposed to meet them, I kept saying, if I ever meet Kiss, that'll be the holy grail, and they're like, but you did meet Kiss. You met them in '94. And I'm like, that wasn't really Kiss. They didn't have their makeup on. Like, my subconscious was like, I hadn't met Kiss yet. Because I was talking like I had not met Kiss yet.
Yeah.
They're like, but you met Gene. No, I didn't meet the demon. So, yeah, it was great fun to meet him. He was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
That's before you had to pay. Anybody could do it now. You just pay. Back then it was
Yeah,
like a special thing.
Yes.
And there's you guys had a special
Exactly.
moment. There's a moment in the show where he kneels down cheek to cheek with you, and they're filming it like in the middle of the show. It was so cool.
Yeah. That was during the that wasn't on the show.
Oh, it wasn't.
That was raw footage.
You should have a microphone.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, you need a mic up.
Yeah, mic up first.
I have one.
So VH1 sent me a lot of raw footage, and some of it was during the concert. They had me to the side first, and Gene had me move to the center later in the show. But I was off to the side, and Gene kept coming over and doing the tongue thing, like wiggling tongues with me. 'Cause I had my full makeup on, and
Yeah.
I was on the big screen and everything.
Oh.
So one time he did it, and he got up and he fell.
Oh no!
So I had this footage. The guys were like, don't show anybody, the VH1 guys. I'm like, okay, So I showed my friends,
We saw
So then, one day, so a few years after that, I decided to put it on MySpace.
Okay.
Just to show my friends. I'm like, this is funny. I'm going to put it up for a few days. So then someone lifted it somehow off my personal page and put it on YouTube. And I couldn't get it taken off. I messaged YouTube. That's me. I don't want that up there. And nope. There was no rights that were bad or anything. So it's been up there, and it's become this legendary fail of Kiss. If you look up Kiss fail videos, it's in every one of them.
we're gonna share it when the episode airs.
Yeah, it's in every one. It's in every Kiss fail video, and I think people have forgotten it's me. So it's funny. Every so often they're like, "Is that you?"
For a moment, the goddess deep
Yes,
the god.
exactly. Yeah, everyone's like, "You made Gene fall on his ass." I'm like,
The tongue wag was too strong with
he
her.
didn't miss a note. He didn't miss a note, and if you watch Paul's face, Paul is like, "Wee." It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Paul's like, I'm not used to him falling over. I'm used to Ace falling over.
Exactly. What's Gene? I mean, he went boom right on his butt.
Well, now you are a co-host of a podcast called Podcast Rock City with
Yep.
Joe, Sonny, and Joey. And it has run weekly since 2014.
I think 2014 or 2013, one of
Okay.
those.
I love that you're like a pursuer of truth because I research, and I love that you're like, actually, it was this, and that's what
Yeah.
I love. It's like, I love that about you too on your podcast too because you're a listener. Like, I know you said you're introverted, but I love that
Yeah.
you listen.
Yeah.
And you don't, when you talk, you have something to say. Like, I
Yeah.
want to touch on that. Like, I love your style.
they're very talkative on there. Sometimes I can't get in, but so I just sit there. I'm like, I'm a good sidekick. It's fine.
Well,
Doesn't
it's-
bother me.
It's awesome. How Podcast Rock City has not received more accolades or ended up on any top 100 list is kind of ludicrous to me because you guys have a high listener rating and
Yeah.
your analytics and your engagements on socials and YouTube are very high, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Does anyone ever think that it's about Rock City near Lookout Mountain? Because we're from Georgia, so we always, when we were like looking, I'm like,
Oh,
what
Rock
if people think
City.
it's like See Rock City and they tune in and they hear about like y'all's Kiss-capades?
Maybe it's possible. That's funny.
But
Be highly disappointed.
I know, right?
Sitting there talking about Kiss for an hour.
It's been an hour. They haven't even brought up Ruby Falls yet.
Yeah, what's up with this? This podcast sucks.
The episodes center around recent Kiss-related developments like anniversaries, rumors, album drops, and you include in-depth chats and listener interactions. Can you tell us how the topic of the week evolved and what it is?
So this podcast started over 10 years ago. Joe, Rick, and Rick's son Trey started it. Rick and I dropped off because it was technically it was so difficult back then. We just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But Joe kept with it. He kept it going all these years with other co-hosts. He's along the way, and I've only been back on for the last few years. So accolades to Joe Polo keeping this going. He's a great host. So he comes up with a topic each week. Once in a while, one of us will throw something out there, but we have a whole text thread, and we talk about what we could talk. What can we discuss this week? What's going on with KISS? Stuff like that. So
Nice.
yeah, but the three of them are real talkative, extra, and I love that. Because I just sit there listening too, and I'm just like, I don't even know where to jump in here. Because I'm so quiet, really. But it's great. I have a great time.
Lee's the positive one. It's hard to get Lee to say anything negative about it.
I know.
They'll be there being negative, and Lee be like, "Oh, but I think it'll turn out."
I try to be positive, and I'm the old school KISS one. Like, they always know what my answer is going to be. The original four. It's all that matters. Because one of them loves '80s KISS, and blah blah blah. So.
Well, you play games too. Do you have, like, with your fans and your listeners, do you have a favorite game that you play?
Games.
Oh, it's like trivia.
We did that KISS. That was snippets of music, and we had Trey back on the show because we each had to bring someone on to be the contestant, and he won.
Nice.
Because they'd play, what was that old show where they'd play a little piece
Name
of
That Tune?
Yeah, Name That
Yeah.
Tune.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really fun. It was hard
Yeah.
just to hear a little snippet, and you're like, wait a minute, I know that. Wait a minute.
The trivia, when it's out of context,
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
of course, you're talking to the world champion of Name That Solo on the cruise here.
Really?
Reigning champion.
So
It's
world
Were
champion.
you?
Yes, I
No
named that
shit.
Tom McThayer on the boat.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it
Wow.
was, but I think it was the last one they had too. So I am the reigning.
You are top notch.
Done. It's like they realized I wiped the floor with everybody.
Did you?
Well, we can't. Yeah, I did actually.
Really? It's amazing.
I think one person got like maybe two people got something off of me, but for some
What did you
reason,
win?
That Lynn Goldsmith book that it just came out at the time that I
What?
already had. If I
Jeez.
didn't have it, it'd been like, okay, cool.
Right.
I'm like, well, I already
Yeah,
got
give it
this.
to somebody. That's what I do.
I think I did. I think
Yeah.
I sold it on eBay or something like
Yeah.
that, or just the same price I paid for it. So
Right.
I should have just sent it back to Amazon. Like, oh, I don't need this anymore.
I saw my original receipt.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But no, yeah. So yeah, it's harder than you think. I mean,
It
I know
is.
these solos or
Yeah.
I know these
No.
tunes, but to hear
When
that
it's ripped out of
right out of context, and it was like hey,
some
it's like-
weird snippet.
Mhm. Yep.
It was fun.
Yep.
Trey kicked ass.
I think I listened to that. Yeah, he did. He
did.
Yeah, he won that one. That's good.
And-
I'll take him on.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, we know about, like, what do they call that?
have a
The
challenge.
Champ versus champ.
champ versus
Yeah, I'll have
champ.
to talk to Joe about that.
Oh, my gosh. That would be kind of cool.
Let's do it.
And then your co-host, Sonny, has kind of like more deeper insights, and Joe's from Georgia too.
Yep.
He seems to organize the discussions and the flow, and then a lot of
Yes.
people love Joey's high energy, and he's got that New York flair.
Yes.
How did you meet your co-hosts?
I've known Joe a long time. Like I said, we started the original podcast. I met Joe through Rick because they worked together at our friend Doug's music store, Doug Ponier. And they worked together and they became friends. So that's how I met Joe. And Sonny I met through this. And Joey I used to know from the KISS conventions because he was in a band called ZO2, kind of famous. They had a TV show. What was that called?
Z-Rock?
Z-Rock.
Z-Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can probably find it.
okay.
It was really funny. It was them it was a band, but they would take these day jobs at like child parties. it was funny. So I knew him from KISS. They would play and he also had a KISS tribute band. He was always Eric. He's the drummer, so he would do some Eric Carr makeup and stuff like that. So,
We'll
I've
look
known
for
him.
some episodes on YouTube or see if we can find it.
Z-Rock, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he's real high energy. He's got a lot going on musically. It's really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
He's written books.
Yep. He's got some books.
Couple of books.
Yep.
He's got a new one about the elder?
Yeah, his
Elder one?
own take
Yeah.
on what the elder would have been,
Yeah.
the real story. It's
Right.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I'm the worst reader though, so
Me too. I'm trying. I might have to get the audio.
Yeah, it's like phones have ruined reading for me.
I know. Same. Same.
Well, and I feel like the podcast world has changed so much. I remember hearing podcasts and not even knowing what that was.
Right.
No one really knew. And then when
Uh-huh.
Serial came out, all of a sudden everyone knew what a podcast was, and it kind of like became embedded in just pop culture. You were hearing it on TV
Yeah.
shows. So you guys have withstood that. Do you feel like that evolution was a lot of work, or did everything kind of fall into place?
Seems like it. I mean, like I said, Joe has kept us going, and he's just kept the Kiss, audience. So I don't feel like I have it. I don't know what I have to do with it. I give all the props to Joe for keeping this going. I keep, because like I said, I've only been on for the last 2 years again. But everyone seems to like our interactions, the four of us, and then we do have it. We do live, so people can comment on the side. So we kind of try to interact with them at the same time.
That's cool.
And it's video. It looks like a Zoom thing. It's called StreamYard. So we do it on there. So it's fun. We get to see each other, because we're
Yeah.
all in different places. So it's really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like Joey and Sonny live like opposite parts of
Yeah,
the
because
country.
Joey's up in
New York.
Yeah,
right?
New York, and Sonny's up in Michigan or something. Where is he? Something like that.
Parts
I always
of-
forget.
Parts unknown.
He's up there. He's up north. Yep.
Well, and within doing this and those interactive conversations you're talking about, do you find that being a fan when the band first came out versus now, and comparing fans' experiences generation to generation, do you feel like there's a variance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I become like the get off my lawn person, because I'm like, you don't know what it was like when the real Kiss, because they don't. Because
Yeah.
back in the 70s, we didn't have a cell phone. We didn't have, all we could get was pictures, was magazines. They were hardly on TV.
Yeah.
Radio hardly played them. So it was, I had to go, the magazines. I got all the pictures for my walls and the posters in the music store and get the albums, but you never knew what they looked like. Like no one could get away with that now. Nobody, right? But it was like the big mystery. It was really cool back then.
Yeah.
They're never gonna have. No one's gonna really know what that felt unless you were there.
I think that's part of your disconnect of the 1994. Like, I met him, but I didn't meet them.
Right. To me, I always tell everybody when it comes to Kiss, I'm that 12-year-old that loved Kiss. Like I go back to reverting to a 12-year-old. And when I met Gene and he was being flirty and messing with me like that, and I was just like, you don't understand. I'm 12 years old right now.
Oh,
I can't have any
I get it,
adult
I get it.
themes. There's no adult themes in my Kiss, like love. It's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
child.
there's a difference between meeting him out of makeup.
Big
and
difference.
Meeting him.
Oh,
in makeup.
boy.
Now don't get me wrong. The first time I met Gene and Paul and Bruce and Eric in '93, especially Gene and Paul, I was freaking the fuck out.
Oh, me too. I couldn't
Yeah.
even get up off the couch.
it was that-
Phil Elliott had
yeah.
to pull me
It was
off
that-
the
was that-
couch.
I think it was that.
Blaze Fest is where.
Oh yeah, I did the Live 3 promo tour thing.
Oh,
at
okay.
the old Roxy here, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, Paul was the first one. You can see the picture. I'm like,
Right. I know you're dying. You're dying.
but Gene was on the other side. Got a little bit more composed by the time I got to
Okay,
Bruce and Eric.
okay.
So I got a little bit more composed by I got the Gene, but then you were at this show in Lexington, the one. Farewell again.
I went to 10 of them.
farewell tour,
I went to 10 of them.
Yeah, I think I went to like 15. Yeah.
Did you? You beat me.
Yeah. And but you were at that show. We wound up we all stayed in the same hotel room to say, we'll save a few bucks. It's all to save. But we had passes to go back. But so it was Phil from Skid Row took me and my friend Randy and Liz, because that was the ones I was traveling all the shows with. And that's how I actually met Lee through my friend.
Yeah,
Randy.
we all met
Yeah.
through all these
Yeah,
people.
and he said, Phil from Skid Row says, "Hey, I could take you back. There's Gene. I will bring him over. Don't get out your camera." I'm like, okay.
Don't make it weird,
I know.
guys.
Don't be
Right,
weird.
don't make it weird. So he come over there like, "Hey, I got some Kiss fans I want you to meet," and he brings Gene up. Like, 2 minutes
got
like
weird.
going on stage, and I didn't. It took everything in my power not to pull that portable camera out of my phone, in my pocket.
Everything. Took everything.
Everything.
I know.
And he's over there in full the destroyer gear makeup from the, you know, I mean, I'm like,
Isn't it intimidating? It's just like,
it's
holy
like,
shit.
holy
Yeah, you
crap,
can't explain
man.
it. If you're a Kiss fan, you're
yeah,
just like,
I was just like,
it's him.
I mean, it was like, I mean,
And they're so tall with their boots. It's just, it's amazing.
and it was the destroyer costume.
Right,
It was that.
yes.
Essentially that
Yes,
costume right
amazing.
there for you two. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was just like, what?
What's
And then
happening?
he came in, he just shook all like, you know, and then of course he flirted a little bit with Randy and Liz, of course.
He
That's
has
what
to.
does.
That's just,
yeah.
He told me that's my job.
That's what he does. And then he walked away, and we were just like, did that just happen?
Right, exactly.
And then we got to hear him do their huddle because we had to stay back because they were the
amazing.
the hum
They were
was
coming.
the hum was
The hum
playing.
was on.
The hum was on, and we had to wait. They said, okay, you got to wait for the third bomb to drop to go back to your seat. You know, for Detroit Rock City. So we went out, and I just like.
What just
I
happened?
think my seats were like fifth row, but I'm like, well, there's front row right there. Well, I'm just gonna,
Okay.
walk
Okay.
And that was the night I caught the body of Paul Stanley's guitar. Back when he used to throw it out before you had to pay $5,000 for
Yes.
for a broken guitar. He used to like throw each piece out.
Yes.
And I bruised or cracked my rib that night from it. I didn't feel it till the next day because I was like, I grabbed it and was over the railing and all my weight was on my ribs. So that next day was rough. Next month was rough, actually, but worth it. And
So
then-
the same thing happened to me when I got I got a body at one show and the neck at another. So when I got the body, Paul, I had my jean costume on and everything. He like handed it right to me because he breaks it and then he used to hand it out. Like Chris said, they don't do that anymore. You got to pay. But he just drops them now. But he handed it to me and I went over the railing just like you did. I had my wings, and people were pounding on my back, pounding. So the guy came over, you know, and was like, "Let me take that, and I'll meet you out at the fence." You know, one of the guys that worked there, and I was like, "I don't want you to take it." And they're like, "He's like, you're gonna get killed."
Yeah.
So I let him take it, and I did. I met him out at the fence, and I got it signed later. The next time I met Paul. But the neck was another funny story because, again, I felt it in my hand. The lights were kind of going out, and Paul was giving it out, and I felt it, and someone ripped it out of my hand. And I'm like, oh man, I touched it. Because that was the first time, the neck was first.
That's why.
So after the lights went out, I felt someone grab my hand and put it in my hand.
What?
And it was the bouncer guy, and he's like, this was yours. He took it from the
goosebumps
guy
all
and
over
put
my
it in
body.
my hand.
No, that's
He goes, this
crazy.
was meant for you.
But it was.
It was. I couldn't believe it, so I put it under my wing again, and
Aw.
and that one I was able to smuggle out without getting killed.
I
Yeah.
got the neck first. Same tour, Farewell in Greenville, and I caught it. Randy, well, I don't know if you were at that show or not. You probably
Probably.
were. Probably Greenville. It's an hour
I don't know.
from there.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I was.
And I caught the neck, and this guy just patted me on the back. Just like, good job, but I just went, oh, motherfucker. It was.
You
Ace-
ain't taking.
It was Ace's cousin. No. Was it John?
I met him at a
Lives
show.
in the Carolinas.
Yes, I met him here.
And I was just like, and I already met him early. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He was like, oh, it's all good. I didn't really hurt him.
Thought you were taking my neck. You ain't taking my neck.
When I got the body, we went on Skid Row's bus because we had known Skid Row from being on so many shows. And
Right.
the roadie Brett. Got his.
I went with you guys once on the bus.
That was it. That was
Oh, was
it.
that the time?
And then Scotty from Skid Row saw my guitar, and I said, "Hey, I hate asking you guys for stuff because you do so much. But is there any way you can go get this signed?" He goes, "Give me 2 seconds."
Oh.
And he came back and he went and asked their security guy, and he said, "Yeah." He came back and got a pen.
Yep.
And he came back 5 minutes later with it signed
Yep.
to Chris
That's cool.
Paul Stanley. So
Yeah, I did a meet and greet later and brought it to the show and had it signed.
in retrospect, I would have loved to get it signed myself so I could see it. But I mean, in 2000, you didn't know.
No, it's-
you kind of thought it was
I'm
going to be it.
pretty
and-
sure that's a real signature.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, but you didn't. Yeah, you didn't know at the time that they were going to keep going. And
No, we thought that was
that was
it.
it. Well, we were dumb and stupid.
It was not farewell.
It was farewell to
But,
all 4 of them.
But back to the generational thing. You know, now we have the newer Kiss with the 2, you know, I call them the imposters, but I accept them now. I understand why they're there. I'm doing my best to accept it, Tommy and Eric. But
don't talk negative about Tommy or on Run.
I do love Tommy Faye.
it's okay.
But
He's
it's
a
okay
great
talking
player.
negative, I understand.
He's a great player. He's a nice guy. Back when he was the manager, he put me up front a bunch of times when I had my costume on. So no hate, but it's just hard for me to see them with the makeup on and the same being Ace and being Peter. It's just weird to me.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
why couldn't they
cursed.
get their own character? Because then I could have accepted it much.
Yeah.
I would have, like, I accepted Eric Carr because he was his own character. You know, he didn't put on Peter Criss's makeup.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's kind of like you
you
got
know.
like the Muppets or favorite cartoon, and you know
Yeah.
evolution is part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the new person comes in and their voice is just like a little off, and you're like,
Ew,
"Ooh."
yeah, and it's my 12-year-old self is like, where's Asian Peter? You know, like, you know. But some of the kids now, that's who they know is Tommy and Eric. And they
Yeah.
don't know what it's like for the anonymity either because they're without their makeup all over the place, you know. So it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I have great love for all Kiss fans. You know, I'm accepting of them all.
Yeah. I mean, because like there's Ghost and Sleep Token, and ones that are trying to kind of still kind of carry that ethos over. But
Yeah.
back then, it was that mystery was so much
Oh
more
my
easy
God,
to
it was
keep.
unbelievable.
Easier to keep. Like now,
Yes.
it's like people are like, gotta find it, gotta find it.
There,
know?
you can't keep
Who
it.
is
You couldn't. I don't think you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I'm
Yeah, I'm not
Papa.
gonna.
Every Papa's
Right.
me.
Don't even. You're not Kiss in the 70s. You're not going to get away with it nowadays. You're just not going to get away.
Slipknot was trying it. And then
They
were
tried.
yeah, they tried. They kept, other than Corey Taylor, they kind of kept it for a long
Did
time.
they?
And then I think when one of them died, they all finally just been like, oh, no, we're not.
Sick of this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Corey and Joey Jordison, they were the ones that I think took their stuff off before one of them died, and they all just did a press conference unmasked, and I was like, oh, that's what they look like.
Oh,
You know?
really? Okay. Well, they got away with it a little while.
For a little
Anyway.
while longer, I mean, yeah, but now they don't. Yeah, it's no big deal now.
Wow.
But you don't want to go to a Slipknot concert and see them without their mask on. Like, no, put the mask on.
Oh, that's cold.
No, not because they're ugly
Put it back
guys or
on.
anything.
Put it back on.
It's like, you go. I'm not even a big Slipknot fan, but it's like you go see them, you'd want to see that experience.
Well, that's what
of
you
the
want.
show.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you don't, I don't. Yeah. It's like, I know what Tobias Forge looks like, but I want to go. I don't want to go to a Ghost show and see him as Tobias Forge. I want to see him as Papa.
Papa,
you know?
of course.
Tobias Forge unplugged acoustic set.
Well, that was fun. That would be a one thing. Like,
Oops.
No, you're fine.
Do you have like a favorite rock moment when you were a kid, Sarah?
Not really.
Were you into
Either.
rock, going to concerts and rock music? Anyone in
I
particular?
really
or-
wasn't. I was very sheltered. I was a homeschool kid out in
Okay.
the country. So,
Okay.
yeah, I was raised on country music.
I always look back and my parents let me put that crap all over my walls, and
Yeah.
I'm singing these songs that are just. I look back
Yeah.
and they're the rudest. Put your hand in my pocket, grab onto my rocket. I'm singing.
Yeah.
You pulled the trigger on my love gun. I'm a little kid.
Yeah, my
singing.
mom was
They just
not.
didn't notice.
She was
They didn't
not
notice.
accepting.
It was harmless. You know what I mean?
I remember when I first started getting into buying CDs,
Yeah.
and I bought the Aerosmith, and I would like secretly listen to it
Oh,
while my
okay.
parents weren't in town or in the
Yes.
house,
Yes.
And she caught me listening to Janie's Got a Gun, and like literally broke my CD.
Oh, really? But that song has a message.
It has a message.
It's a really good
yeah.
message.
Yeah, a really good message,
Wow.
So I didn't really have too many.
but you had your first metal show experience last month, so.
Yeah, but I was only there for Limp
But you still
Bizkit.
had it though. You still had it. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
it is. We don't, yeah,
Sounds
no.
like
Yeah.
we got some work to do. You know.
I know.
I tried to get her to go to Alice Cooper and Megan, and she was like, they didn't wind up going. They were supposed to go. Then
Oh,
last
so
minute they
good.
said, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing back then in the 70s my mother would say is she'd yell at me that I'm going to get zits from putting that makeup on so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
Hey, as
I'm
an
like,
esthetician, that's a good mom.
Yeah.
she goes, you're going to get, oh, she was always, she got me using Clinique as a young person. Like she was way about her skin.
Yeah.
You're going to get zits. And me and Donna were like, so
we don't
got
care.
zits already. Like,
You have great skin, though.
Yeah, you
As
do.
an esthetician,
my
I'm
mother
like,
made me.
yeah. Thanks to the
Thank you,
mom.
Mom.
Yeah. The only thing I did was tan a lot. I was a lifeguard for 10 summers, and I got really dark. But
Yeah.
in my 30s, 30 and over, I always wore a hat and sunscreen on my
Yeah.
face.
All thanks to Mama Thunder.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did
She
get.
taught me. She did. You got to take care of your skin.
I got caught up in the theatrics of Ice Kills Night. I thought that was nice. Did I say it right?
Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine
You
Kills.
were close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got that Art the Clown movie.
Yes,
where me and my
yeah.
friends are all into horror and Art the Clown. So
Yeah.
my buddy dressed as Art at the I guess they came to the Tabernacle recently.
Yeah.
And
they were-
that was
Yeah.
him. If you saw him, he was
And
up in
we-
the stands and
Yeah.
people were freaking out. He's dressed as Art the Clown.
They were playing the same night we went down to Tampa because
Okay.
they were opening up for Metallica,
Okay.
and then they came for Limp Bizkit and Ice Nine Kills. But me and Sarah's son were there for the whole thing. But Sarah's son's
Yeah.
a Limp Bizkit fan. He's 15
Yeah.
into Limp Bizkit, which I think is like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
and they didn't stick around for Metallica.
No.
They just
What?
left. I'm like, you can at least stay for
Kidding
a
me?
couple of songs.
Oh man, that was a mistake.
I know. Well, Red has seen Metallica before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
at
seen
least-
them a
quite a
ton.
few times. And I mean, it's always awesome.
Oh yeah, they're great. It's a great
At
show.
least stay for like 2 songs.
Yeah.
And we did have to work on podcast stuff and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. We had like some
Okay,
serious
okay.
business. I
Yeah.
know. Lame, I know.
We stayed and we rode Ron. Ron from the
course,
show.
Ron,
he
yes.
he was staying with us in Airbnb, so we rode back with him.
Yeah.
So and then her son got the Lars Ulrich drumstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Nice.
That was probably
Okay.
that whole experience was probably my best, metal experience.
Awesome.
We dressed up as we put on the little Fred Durst, her and I.
Dressed like Fred Durst.
Yeah.
How do you dress like Fred Durst?
We had like red New York ball caps backwards. And
Oh,
Yeah.
Sarah
okay.
drew like a little goatee on us with like a
Yeah.
Oh,
liquid
that's
we had,
liner.
little, we
hilarious.
had little goatees. And,
that's funny.
And we were walking up in security's.
Like, what are you doing?
Security goes, he's like, was this a dare? He was like, did not know how to ask us.
That's
He
so
was like,
great.
So we're like,
Amazing.
a dare. And he goes, wait, this was a choice?
yeah, he was like,
It's amazing.
this was a choice.
Yes. Yes, it was.
It was awesome.
Well,
But we had a lot of fun.
And Kingston went all out. He rolled the Fred Durst jumpsuit. They did
Oh.
the tracksuit, and it was 100 degrees.
Yeah, and
It
it was
outside.
Been
it
there.
was a thick
It was-
tracksuit.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those windbreaker ones. It was
Wow.
It was like made for winter.
owning it, huh?
Yeah.
But you know what that's like.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he wore the whole outfit, and I think that was pretty much my best experience because I was able to live vicariously through my son,
Right.
and
That's amazing.
that was exciting for me.
As somebody who doesn't have children, but always kind of at least wanted a kid to take to a concert.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was fun for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be cool for
But-
parents that have always been fans too, like to see their kids' reaction
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
going. And
I was a huge Limp Bizkit fan, and I felt like they spoke to my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I never went to a concert or did anything like that. And then when my kid discovered, you don't talk about it. You're grown up. You're not listening to Limp Bizkit anymore. You're raising kids. And he's like saying something about Limp Bizkit. And I was like, oh, are you listening to Limp Bizkit? He's like, you know who Limp Bizkit is?
Oh, yes.
I mean, it was
yes,
like
my boy.
It was like pure silence for so
That's
long in the car,
hilarious.
and it was just like he could not get past that. He was
Couldn't
just like,
believe it.
"But wait, you know who Limp Bizkit is?"
It's hilarious.
and you're cool.
Yeah.
And you're my mom.
Wait a minute. Shocking.
So that was really exciting because it was like
How cute.
living a little fantasy that I had when I was younger. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That I
Yep.
never got to fulfill, and then I'm fulfilling it with my youngest son, who was a huge fan, and we were dressed up. We didn't get any pictures together, which was sad because they left so early.
Yeah, we had to get in line like at noon because
Yeah.
I got the early mission for the general mission stuff, so he could be
Okay.
on the front row for Limp Bizkit, and that's what we
Man.
got. We got rail.
Really?
He
Yeah.
was right. I knew where they were because the
Yeah.
stage was a round stage, and one opener's gonna be on one side, the other.
Yeah.
Was gonna be, I knew right where they were going to be because I
Okay.
watched videos. I'm like, that's where we got to get.
Wow.
And I always had
Heck
a
yeah.
crush on Wes Borland, so he was like the whole night, like, I'm gonna make this happen. Wes Borland will be my my stepdad.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wasn't meant to be with that. Though.
It wasn't meant to be. Sorry, Wes. Next time, maybe.
But no, he loved it. He got to see his favorite band. I mean, I remember it was like what was like us seeing Kiss for the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably when we were his age
Right.
and stuff, and he got to see that. And then he
How
got to-
old is he?
15.
15.
Yeah, that's when I saw Kiss.
Yeah.
it's-
Finally,
oddly enough,
someone took me.
Today, as we're recording this, July 20th, 35 years ago today, saw my first Kiss concert.
Wow.
1990. Hot in the shades.
That was your
really
first.
cool.
Okay.
At Lakewood. Lakewood. Yep. So 35 years ago.
Mine was 1979.
Nice.
Wow.
Dynasty.
Dynasty, as they say in Australia.
Yep.
Dynasty. So yeah, it's dynasty.
Yes.
Or dentistry for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dentistry.
Close.
Dentistry.
Right. Dynasty. Whatever.
Little play on words.
Well, I have to ask you about your cosplays.
Oh yeah.
And I want you to know that I think you're incredible. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I really am. You started this, I want to say, I think you started this back with Nickelback, Rick as Jay and Silent Bob, and it kind of rolled from there, would you say?
I have always loved dressing up Halloween since I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's always been a thing.
Same.
And I started going to conventions and stuff. And the KISS conventions, did the jean at every convention, you know. But it has evolved into some other, like, Comic Cons and stuff. And I don't know if, I wouldn't say it started with Jay and Silent Bob, because I was doing other stuff before that. But doing the TikToks and stuff with Rick is
Yeah.
when that kind of started.
I was going to say, y'all kind of
pandemic.
Took off. You had like a lot of like
It was during the
views.
pandemic because we
Yeah.
were so bored.
Yeah.
And, you know, he got me into Clerks. So, yeah, of course I had to do Jay, and he was Silent Bob. So we did all these videos, and yeah, we had some really
You
good
guys
ones.
have got to look it up. They have the mannerisms down pat. You'll have to text us a handle so we can go back and watch. But like, literally the mannerisms and everything. It's like it's incredible, like incredibly uncanny. And you've done multiple from Napoleon Dynamite,
Yes.
Pennywise. You just did Large Marge, and it was incredible.
I feel like no one's gone to the extent I did with Large
I agree
Marge.
with that.
Because I made a truck.
Yeah.
Okay, I made it out of cardboard. I'm doing some repairs in my garage right now. It's just out of cardboard, but people loved it. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
And you were not like even humanoid Large Marge. You were like
No, it was
that-
the crazy one.
The scare
the face.
moments.
Yeah. It's the, you know, it looks like this, you know. Yeah, this guy made me the mask. I tried to do some stuff myself for a face, but I just couldn't get it where I wanted it. I was like, nah, this doesn't look good. So I found a guy on Etsy, made that mask for me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Well,
I'll show it to you. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I would love to see.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's really
awesome.
great.
I don't know if you've ever met Shane Morton.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Shane's
yeah.
one of my heroes.
Oh, gosh,
he's
I love
the
him.
local special effects guy in town. And plus, he's done TV shows. And
Yes, Silver Scream Effects. If you guys
Yeah.
want to look him up, and then they do Silver Scream Spook Show.
and he's not done Adult Swim TV shows
Yeah.
and all kind
Are
of.
you pretty face
Cheddar
going to
Goblin
hell?
says-
Cheddar Goblin from me.
Cheddar
That's him.
Goblin. Yep.
That's Shane's.
And he and his partner do Silver Scream Spook Show at the Plaza Theater.
Yeah,
If you guys ever
I've
want to
gone
go
a
see a
few
show,
times.
it is worth the drive from anywhere. I
fun.
promise. They do like a family friendly show
Yeah.
during the day, and then like a real fun no holds
And they'll
barred
show
at
an
night.
old horror movie,
Yeah.
like, you know, and they're just so bad, but they're hilarious, you know.
Yes.
And then they'll do this skit before.
I like the set designs and everything.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But I took one of their classes. They did a special
Oh.
effects class one time, and I actually drove out there for it. And I remember him specifically saying that he loves working with dentists and dental assistants because they have an amazing grasp on human anatomy, and they've had to like build the teeth, like
Yeah.
with the polymer or whatever you use to
Oh,
build
yeah.
the teeth. And so he loves that. Do you find that your dentistry experience helps with like doing your
Yeah,
makeup?
I've always been kind of artistic that way. Like, I like sculpting stuff, and yeah, and I can make teeth and stuff like that. I made my own Pennywise buck teeth, you know, stuff like. And I learned how to do prosthetics to a degree. I don't have the right stuff to do big things. Like, I don't have an oven and all, you know, for that, latex and all that. But I made some stuff myself. But yeah, I think the art thing is big. Because definitely with dentistry, you had to have a bit of art to it.
Yeah. And it's cool. Like I've always wanted to do some sort of a cosplay at a convention, but it's just a matter of the time to put into
Yeah.
it. It's just hard with what I do for a living. It's hard to find the time to do that.
Right.
I mean, unless I was up until like 5 a.m. every night,
Yeah.
I might be able to swing it. But there is this sort of magic you see when you not only go into a convention with people that are really into like one thing that you're into,
Yeah.
whether it's anime or horror or sci-fi, and then you come dressed as one of these characters or an iconic scene or maybe even something like a deep track not a lot of people know about unless you're like a true fan of this.
Yes.
And to see people's reaction to that,
Yeah.
it's so magical to watch.
It is, and I have really high scale characters, and I have more obscure ones, depending on what I feel like doing that day.
Yeah.
How much interaction I want, you know. Because some of the,
The Malignant one was.
oh yeah, I did a Malignant.
Yes.
If you know that movie with the parasitic twin on the back of her head. Yeah, I that was a fun one. And then I have, you know, my Pennywise is real. People just swamp me for that because
Yeah.
I have it looking really good right now, so it's really high quality. But then I have the less and
Yes.
the easier. I have like Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
That's one of my funnest ones because I'll just go and I'll lay somewhere, sit on a wall, and just be dead. And people are flipping out, laughing. They'll come over, you know, and make pictures, and I won't even move. I'll just You know, it's fun.
You did that with Andrew McCarthy at was it a
Yeah.
signing or something?
He had a book signing at the, what's that place?
Was it the
Plaza. It was a
Yeah,
Plaza.
Plaza.
Yeah, it was at the Plaza.
yeah.
He had a book
Plaza.
signing, and then they were going to show Pretty in Pink after. And he was going to have a Q&A and everything. So I'm like, I'm going to get my picture. I'm going to dress as Bernie for this. And, you know, my friend was like, yes. So first he's signing the books, and you walk down towards him. And I was walking like the dead, you know, like he does in that second movie. And he goes, there's always one of you. That's what he said. It's always one of you. So I got the pictures with him and stuff. And then there was an intermission, and he was going to come back and do a Q&A. So I said to my friend, I said, I'm going to lay on the stairs on the stage, just get my photo. Then he come out to do his Q&A, and I was laying on the thing. He goes, Bernie, get off the stage. I have a picture of it. It was hilarious. It was a good time. He was a good sport about it. And then there's like pictures of me in the audience as Bernie, like, with him. It's just really stupid.
No, we love
And I do shit that like amuses myself, and I hope other people get amused, and I think they do. Like with Large Marge, people were smiling and laughing so hard about it, and I'm like, it makes me feel good that people
love
make somebody
that.
laugh for a minute, you know.
Yeah,
'Cause life
absolutely.
sucks, you know.
Yeah.
It does. It's been really hard lately, and so to have a day of just making people laugh is great,
Yeah.
you know.
I really admire you too, because I can be an introvert, and so
Yeah.
microphones, this isn't like my jam, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we actually have to do a city hall thing tomorrow, and I am like, I don't
Okay.
even want to think about it because it'll make me want to throw up. But and then I hear you do these things, I'm like, see, okay,
So
I need to
the
get my
only-
act together.
Well, the only way I was able to do this in the first place is because I wasn't myself. It started with Gene. When I was
Okay,
Gene, I was on
yeah.
stage as
Alter
I
ego,
was
yeah.
Gene.
Yeah.
I was playing a
I think
character.
I've got to adopt an alter ego.
and it really works. And then
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done it as just myself, gotten on stage and
Yeah.
played in a band.
Yeah.
So then after that kind of fizzled and I got doing Iron Mullet, I was still in my head a character. I was the goddess of thunder. It wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way I can do this. And then with these costumes, I'm more outgoing with a costume because it's not me.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of
really
get
weird.
it a little bit.
I know it
no,
sounds so weird,
I get
but
it.
No, that's not weird at all.
Because I am really introverted. Like
Mhm.
I'm quiet.
too.
But when I have this stuff on, I can act differently.
But
know?
you hear, like, you listen to documentaries or hear, you know, podcasts like this where people who know someone intimately, like a comedian or even some actors or
Yeah.
people that are famous, and they're like, when you're with them alone, you would never know. Like, they're
Right.
so quiet and introverted.
Yep.
And then when they get on stage, it's like a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they talk about how a lot of very successful people have an alter ego as well.
Right.
I mean, I think kind of even what we do, I kind of have to, you know what I mean? Like I adopt when I'm at the spa, I kind of adopt this other personality, you know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
and then,
same.
you know,
That's
you
how I
kind
used to
of-
do with Donna.
Yeah.
I was Dr. Westy, and I was, you know, it was,
Yeah.
it's hard. Yeah. It's hard when you're introverted and you got, you know.
Especially doing hair back in the hair days, because you have to entertain people.
Oh, yeah. Same
You
here.
know, you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
part
See that-
therapist, part entertainer.
Yeah.
Part,
Yep.
That's a lot of having to interact with somebody. At least with dentistry, they couldn't really. There was
Yeah.
a lot of talking, and I didn't talk a lot when I was working on them because
Yeah.
you know they can't talk. Maybe a yes or no question.
There is nothing worse though than a dentist who's trying to talk to you while they
Yeah,
have like
so I
tools in
didn't
their
do
mouth,
that.
and I've had that happen before. And you're like, what, how am I supposed to answer this?
I'll just do yes or no. Yeah. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, really? Thanks.
And you know, and introverts, as someone who's married to someone who's an introvert, introverts need that time to recharge. You know, it's important to get away and by yourself and recharge.
Oh yeah.
But when you have an alter ego, you're literally just alchemizing the energy around you. You know, and it's
Yeah.
it's minimal effort, and you're just grabbing
it's
that
fun.
energy and spinning it
Yeah.
and throwing it, and it's
I've always need a lot of alone time, extreme amount.
Yeah.
Because you get drained socially. It takes me like a day to get over.
Yeah.
You know, or so to get over something. It's weird.
When you're in the cons at the costumes, people are just random strangers are just asking you to take pictures
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when people always say, have you ever gone dressed up like Kiss? I'm like, no, because I just want to go and enjoy the show.
Right. Well, that's where I've kind of. I haven't worn, you know, to the last bunch of Kiss shows. I didn't wear the costume
Yeah, I don't
or
remember. I can't
anything.
remember the last time I seen you dressed up.
Because I just want to go enjoy it with my
Yeah.
friends, you know. And, yeah.
you know, I don't think it's weird at all. I really appreciate you talking about it.
Yeah.
I really do, because I don't think enough people do talk about this, and the world needs introverts.
Well, this is weird too. I haven't really told a lot of people, but last year I went to some grief support, and as we were talking, I told her some of my other stuff about myself. She's like, "You're autistic." So I took some tests and stuff, and she diagnosed me as autistic type 1. So, and it explained so much in my life.
Yeah.
It explained so much about the noises and the sounds and the overwhelming, and the draining, and it explained a ton.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's more
I was
people.
like, I wasn't shocked by it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So then I went and researched a lot more, and I'm like, this is me.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I wish I'd known it. So, because I could have learned how to cope with some things that I would have these meltdowns over, weird things.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I know, and I'm like, okay, I can figure out how to
Cope with
deal
it.
with this.
Yeah, make those accommodations for
Yes,
yourself.
accommodate yourself.
Yeah.
I think there's more people with, on the spectrum than is being discovered. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Or people even realize.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time it was kind of more of a negative thing, you know what I mean? But I think anytime you have, I have ADHD, and I know I've turned mine into, I feel like it's a superpower. You know what I mean?
A lot of people feel like it's an evolutionary advantage.
Yeah.
Like a human evolution advantage, which I think
Might
is so
be.
cool.
But
to
there's
think about.
different, scales.
There's
on
all
the
different
spectrum.
levels.
Yeah, all different levels.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
very high functioning, obviously.
High functioning,
But I
and-
have this I'm things, noises, and
And some of the smartest
traits.
people are,
Yeah.
they're now saying that,
I get obsessed with things.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I get obsessed.
I'm looking at your room right now.
I know.
It's so cool.
The kiss one's been the longest.
I was gonna say my partner can't say anything.
But I'll
Hers
go
is
in
just more
spurts.
organized than mine.
I'll go in spurts where I'm really obsessed with something, and I'll move on to the next thing,
Yeah.
Really weird.
Hyper focus.
Yes, basically.
That's okay though. And I think everybody's always kind of say everybody's even OCD about something, whether it's a 1 or a 10.
Right.
One
Little bit.
Yeah, or
Sure.
even a hoarder. Everybody kind of hoards something.
Yeah.
And whether it's level 10 being you're going to be on the TV show, or
Right.
level 1 is just like we got a little collection of stuff, or
Right,
stuff like
yes.
that. So yeah, it's not. I mean, when it's a bad thing like you're on Hoarders, the TV show, okay, yeah, that's
that
something
becomes
totally.
an
That's something totally
issue with health there.
Yeah, so we saw somebody on Hoarders one time at a HorrorCon, didn't we?
Yes.
What? That was on the
yes.
TV show?
Yes, it was.
Get
It was
out.
that spooky. He was an eccentric fella. He went like a dirty. It went like a gross situation with
Okay.
him. It was just like he was an eccentric person. Had a lot of just
Okay.
a lot of shit.
Right,
You
just
know,
a ton.
there was no rhyme or reason.
Taking
to
over
it.
the whole house.
Yeah, like
Can't even
your
walk.
stuff is very well organized. There's rhyme
Well, I like
and
to be able
reason
to
it.
walk in the
Yes,
house.
exactly. His was just a lot of stuff, and it was like I barely. It's been like 15 years ago, probably. And we went to Spooky Empire in Orlando. It's HorrorCon.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah, and we were like, Ren, that was that guy from Hoarders we just watched that 2
So
weeks
weird.
ago. Like literally like
What?
2 weeks before that. I couldn't. I can't
weird?
remember. I can remember his name at the time, but I can't remember it now. But I was like, holy crap, that guy was on Hoarders.
Wow. That's wild.
We didn't go up and say anything to him. Hey, we saw you on TV.
Hey, you're a hoarder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see quite a few different people like from shows and things at conventions. But we always try to be respectful. Like I saw someone from Love on the Spectrum at a horror movie convention.
Go Spookala, I think.
Just
Spookala.
walking around.
Yeah, and but
cool.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna say hi. I'm like, whoa. No. They're having an experience. They're
Yeah,
off. Like
yeah.
they want to. They're enjoying this with their friends. So I
Right,
just left it
right.
alone.
If you were in line with them talking, like
Yeah.
waiting for somebody, maybe it'd be
That'd be one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I see sometimes I see Lee at conventions and I don't even recognize. She has to come up to me and go, "It's me."
That's the best.
So I never ask what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
I know she's gonna be there. She's not going as herself. You know.
I think the funnest one I ever did was my very first Pennywise. Mac Mullins had the Blizzard of Ozzy band in town.
Mhm.
He's a great Ozzy Osbourne impersonator. And they were doing a show right when that first, not the original Pennywise, not the Tim Curry, but this
new one.
new one, 2017 Pennywise. So they were going to do a whole stage show of like a sewer and all. He was telling me about it. And I'm like, well, who's going to be your Pennywise? He's like, oh, we don't really have a Pennywise. We're just going to set it up. And I said, I'll give it a shot. So that was the first, but I didn't tell anybody I was doing it.
Yeah.
So I built that day I did a bunch of YouTube tutorials, and I built the thing on my head that day.
Wow.
Stuck the hair on. I mean,
Wow.
it's rudimentary, but it came out really good. I mean,
Yeah.
it took me about 8 or 10 hours that whole day to do it. And I had someone make me the costume. A seamstress made this beautiful costume. So when I showed up and I was down in the green room, people I knew really well, I was just staring at them, and they were like, "Who is that? It's flipping me out. Stop looking at me." Like, it was so fun. Nobody knew it was me except the band.
That's amazing.
I had a great time.
Well, that's probably your most. Sorry, man.
No. You were going to say what
Yeah.
I was going to say. I was going to say some of your
That's-
videos of Pennywise have gotten a
Yeah.
ton of views.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember
Yeah.
like came up on my TikTok feed and my
Yeah.
Instagram feed. And I
Yeah.
was like, "We get it!" I was so excited for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
If you ever come through one of Robin's, I want to pay you to come to my salon.
Oh no.
Because the lady we work with named Christy is terrified of clowns.
Oh, see, now I won't do that.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. See, that's great.
I learned my lesson. Believe me, I almost got punched. I got
She won't
choked
punch.
once.
She wouldn't punch you. You're never coming through one of Robin's like that anyway. But I was like,
A guy tried to punch me.
Oh, no.
Like I don't really go, but someone said go after my friend, and I was like, I don't really do that. They're like, I'll walk over.
Yeah.
So I walked over, and he flipped out and almost tried to punch me and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you know. And then another guy tried to choke me in a photo, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Well, I'm afraid of clowns. I'm like, you asked me for the
That's for
photo.
a photo.
You're afraid of clowns? You're gonna choke me now? Like, literally? What are
We
you
just
doing?
interviewed Lake Joy Trail of Terrors, which is a local haunt in Central Georgia.
Yeah.
And when we talked to them, and when I did the research for that episode, they said the number one danger is actor like injuries.
Yes.
Like actors getting punched
Yep.
or kicked.
I will
Most
not
of
go
the time
after
not
any.
on
People have to
purpose.
come to me. They
People
have to
just
come
get
to me for a
scared.
photo. I'm not, even then, they're trying to choke me.
You need your own security.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People get a little. People are weird about clowns for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and Christy, I was not part of that idea. That was not me. It's all Chris.
I knew we were really waiting to. Yeah.
Having me come and scare your friend.
But if you ever next time you dress up, send me a video and say, send it to her or something.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah,
Christy,
I
I'm going to
did
try to protect you as much as we can,
that.
okay?
We did
We're
that.
trying.
We did that at Spooky Empire. Was it last year? There was
That's
a
funny.
lady Pennywise. No, she's nothing on you. No, nobody is that. But she had a Pennywise costume saying, "Would you go hi, Christy?" in a real creepy voice. And I just went,
That's awesome.
"Hi, Christy."
Oh, man.
She is the almost birthday girl.
That's right. Yeah, almost birthday girl.
I do the original Pennywise also. I have both of them
Either one, yeah.
Yeah.
Either one's great.
Oh, that's
because I love Tim Curry.
Oh yeah.
me too.
If you had to pick one, what's the one? Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård?
That's tough, but I have to go with Tim because I just love him so much.
Yeah.
Anything he does.
I love Tim Curry too.
Yeah.
He's probably the more iconic looking one, but I think the movie ones are better as far as a movie goes.
Well, I
It's
loved the
yeah.
when Bill Skarsgård one came out
Yeah.
because it seemed like more like what the book would have represented because the Tim Curry one's more like so vibrant and
It
the
was
Bill
made- it was-
Skarsgård
it was
one is
made for
more
TV.
muted and it's more vintage looking, the costume.
Yeah.
So that I feel like it was more like the book.
Yeah, they're both great.
Yeah, they're
There's
both
no wrong answer.
totally different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Pennywise.
I remember like when we were in middle school, or like even like, when you're like hanging out with your friends, who's your celebrity crush? And we all go around in a circle and like they'd be like, I like Joey from blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
like New Kids blah blah. And then we get to me, I'm like, oh, Tim Curry.
Did you say Tim Curry?
I
That's
sure
awesome.
did.
He
And all
is
the
cute
kids
as he can be.
You're weird. Everyone thought I was weird anyway, so I was used to
Well,
that.
same.
But then I'd pop something on, I'm like, watch it. And they would be like, oh, I
Get it
see
now,
I'm
don't
like,
ya?
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Now you understand.
It's awesome.
Who was Sarah's celebrity crush?
Yeah, who's your
We all
Sarah?
know theirs now.
How's your crush, Sarah?
It's always been Brad Pitt. Sorry, guys.
Brad Pitt, okay.
Even as
understandable.
Even as a teenager, well, Brad Pitt's been around forever.
Yeah. I was young when Legends of the Fall came out.
Okay.
When he had that hair.
When he had that hair.
So dreamy.
And I actually saw him surfing in California. And
Oh,
saw him
wow.
a couple times in public settings. And every time
cool.
he took my breath away, but I never went up and met him.
Oh,
I followed him and hid in the bushes and watched him
Yeah.
surf.
Right.
And I followed him to the grocery store and he'd just shake his hair.
No, I got lucky. He was out surfing in Ventura, and then that became my like ultimate vacation spot, hoping
Okay.
to run into him again, but I never did.
Pit Pit.
Wow.
Go have my vacation at the Pit Pit.
Yeah.
See what I can see.
I first remember him from Thelma and Louise.
Yes, Thelma and Louise.
That was the big one.
And I always had a crush on him everything he did. I was just like, he's still
He
hot
does
to this
great.
day.
Great movies.
He is still my
still good looking.
my cheat. What is that called?
Hall pass.
Hall
My
pass.
hall pass.
It's your
He's
hall
my
pass.
hall pass forever.
Even in 12 Monkeys.
Yeah, he was good at 12 Monkeys, so I'll take him then.
Sarah says, that's the hottest rendition.
Even that one.
Clean them up.
Yeah. But I
He'll
also
be
had a
fine.
huge crush on Westmoreland, and I was excited to see his costume. His latest costume, I think, has
Yeah, those
got
are
to be my favorite. So it was like cool that I got to see that in person.
Yeah, he's like a cosplaying guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think he, for a long time, tried to keep himself like nobody knew what he looked like for a long
Not
time.
really, yeah. He didn't really do anything without the face paint on
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw him without his costume on, and I was like,
Wow.
Well, do you have anything that you want to plug? I know Podcast Rock City streams live Sundays at 7 on
Yep.
YouTube and is available on most major platforms. And you encourage listeners and fans to come in live so they can have real-time reactions. But
Yes.
is there anything else you'd like to plug, like your Instagram, where people can find you? Anything for your
Yeah, my
co-host?
Instagram and my TikTok are both Goddess of Thunder Lee, Leigh. So, my biggest TikTok is up to, it's one of, I did during the pandemic. I did it by myself down here. It was this trend that was going around where you threw a shoe up in the air.
Yeah.
And then when it came down, you were like, ugh. So then you'd grab some, like a different shoe and throw it up and you'd become something else. So I did the jean boot and I turned into Gene Simmons.
Oh,
It's got 37 million views.
I believe it,
Wow.
though.
It's ridiculous. And people every day I see are still commenting on it. I mean, the thing's like 5 years old now.
that's awesome.
Art-
We have to
It's so
search
weird.
this out.
No, I mean it's like it's iconic. Our groom's cake for our wedding was that boot. This boot from
Oh, yeah.
Destroyer.
Yes. Awesome.
We'll have to post a picture of this and like put, if you're okay with us posting your videos, like when we share this episode.
Oh, yeah,
It's
sure.
so cool.
Should get 37 million more views once we
Yeah.
post.
Right. I just put Large Marge on TikTok. She's doing good.
I know.
TikTok is a hard beast to crack.
It is. I haven't had a good video in a long time. The Large Marge is breaking today. So
Nice.
I don't really care that much. I never did. I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
And then when some of them took off, I'm like, wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Well, the kisses.
A few of 'em-
Kisses everywhere and timeless.
Yeah. Well, a few of them Rick and I did went pretty well too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had grid adventures.
And
with
we
Jay
called
Bob.
that, our page for that was Jay and Silent Bob TikTok. I've still got it up.
Oh,
in tribute.
Yes.
Yeah,
Look
so
at
it's
that, too.
it's there.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always said when I put on a beanie, I look like Jay.
Jay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You'd be a good Jay. Yep. And I got a
makeup or anything.
I got a buddy now, Tito, that does a Silent Bob, and we've done a few things.
Yeah.
You
so,
know.
so-
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's real
That's
nice.
cute.
Yeah. Because y'all went to the. Was it during the pandemic? I went to the movies pop up in was it California?
Rick and I went to the first movies pop up. Yeah, in
That
L.A.
was during the pandemic. 'Cause we went to
Yes,
one.
it was.
We went to the Orlando one. It was at the tail end of the pandemic.
No, this was right during, and guess who got COVID when we got back?
Oh.
Me. And I was sick for months. I had to go to urgent care twice,
Okay.
get
Wow.
oxygen. It was bad.
That's no good.
It was pre-vaccine and everything, so
Yeah.
it was not fun.
I'm surprised
Rick
they-
didn't get it.
That's good. I'm surprised they even did it.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, like back then,
And I
you
was
know.
like, and I'm so glad we went because
Yeah.
he passed away like the next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I have that, you know.
R.I.P. Rick.
Yes, I have it. That we got that trip together.
That was he loved candy corn more than and
Yeah,
I love
we got
candy
the
corn. But
we got
I
the
love-
matching
I,
tat.
that
Rick and I got
Oh,
these.
that's cute.
I
Yeah.
can't- I
He got
can't
them on
even-
his hands.
I can't eat candy corn and I think of Rick.
I
Yeah.
I mean,
I
every
can
year
either.
Yeah.
I comes out, I'm like, yeah, I think a week after he passed, I was in Orlando, I think for the last Kiss cruise I went on, and they had stopped at Universal. It was during Halloween, so they had the Halloween store and they had a candy corn thing. So I made sure I tagged them in it on
Yes,
Facebook
of course.
and stuff. So yeah,
We used to do the Rick and I used to do the food tasting videos that were
what-
so funny
what
because
was-
he.
Oh, you guys did
he's
the
like a-
Thanksgiving candy corn.
Yeah, that was one of them that was
Sad.
so. I miss him so much.
Yeah,
Because he used to come over here and we'd do those food tasting.
I
And
remember-
just laughing. Because he's a stand-up comedian. I'm the one that told him to go be a stand. I go, you should do stand-up, and he did.
Too.
Yeah, we got to see him. He came
Yeah.
to Robbins. It was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They had the outdoor one.
Yeah, so I was his sidekick, and we'd do these food tasting, and it was so funny.
Oh.
So funny.
That-
Just bad food. Like, the Thanksgiving Day candy corn.
I
Like,
could,
why?
I could not bring myself to
It was-
try that. I was like, once I
And then
saw
all
y'all's
the-
video, I'm like, nope.
And all those weird drinks, like,
Yeah.
barf was one of them.
Ugh.
And
Are these
just-
all on TikTok? Where are these?
They're on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to
Kingston
find
would-
them on
Kingston
there.
would be all about that.
Yeah.
Trying some gross drinks.
Some of
and
them are
stuff.
still on my phone. Yeah, those drinks from there's a place in Marietta Square that sells those weird drinks.
You still got that buffalo chicken.
I know, we have not
Yeah,
braved
those
we have
ones.
not braved
That
and
would've
tried
been-
it.
See, we would have tried that. We would have tried it.
We'll try. We'll try it when we drop this episode around the time.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of timely.
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken. Oh, that's so nasty.
I don't even like buffalo, the taste of buffalo. Like, I love wings, but I don't, and I love hot stuff, but I don't necessarily dig the
You don't
buffalo
want to
taste.
drink like barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Something for Kingston said he liked it though, didn't he? He tried it already, didn't he?
Oh, I mean, I don't think he liked it, but I think he
was all
he
about
tr-
it though. 'Cause I remember sending that to you guys. He's like, I'm on it. I'm down.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I had to buy a whole case of it from Amazon.
Yeah, because you can't just buy one.
I could not buy one. I had to buy like 24.
Like, you better like this, dude.
Wow. Jeez. Anyway,
Things you do for kids
That's right.
right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Gross drinks.
and gross drinks.
Well, this was amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks
with
for
us.
Thank you
coming,
so
you
much.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
of
been
course.
nice
This was
getting to know
Fun.
you.
too.
Such a sweetheart.
I know. I knew you would love my friend.
Yeah.
Your weird friend.
No.
My whole life I've said, "What's wrong with me?" I've even posted on
Nothing. You're
Facebook, "What's
perfect.
wrong with me?" And I'd put what I did that day. And like,
You're one of the coolest people I know.
but I found out what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And,
What's
and,
right?
it's, and it's nothing.
What's right with you?
It's nothing.
It's nothing bad, but it is something, and it explains some. I'm still like, it really explained a lot.
It's you.
It's me.
So you are. I've known you for almost 30 years. You know, so,
Did you always wonder what's wrong with her?
Nope.
I've had
Billy's
people
always
say,
talking about
"What's
how cool
wrong
you
with
are."
you?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know.
I'm practically the same, so it's,
Yeah,
you know,
maybe you need to get checked."
I just don't cosplay. I'm too lazy to do it.
See, I always have to be creating something also because I don't know. I like creating weird things. It just gives me something to do, and it's fun.
Yeah.
There's satisfaction in creation, though.
There
you know?
is, but
Yeah.
then sometimes, like when I did those skulls, I painted the kiss makeup. Do you remember
I
those?
think so, yeah.
I did some sets, and people were begging me to do some for me, and I started making a bunch of them, and then I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yes. A lot
It's
of
really
artists talk
weird.
about
I just
that,
like
yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. It was fun the first few times, but I don't want it to be a job.
Yeah. Because it's fun to create, but then when the
Yeah.
expectations
That's
there.
exactly
And
what
people
it
are
is.
always asking me, "Will you make this for me?" Because they see mine. Will you make one for me? No, I won't. I'm sorry.
What did you have the most fun creating?
Oh, probably the Pennywise stuff because it
Yeah.
evolved. Like
Yeah.
it got better and better as I worked on it.
Yeah. You can see
Nice.
the evolution. Of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Now, is there anything you ever created that you kept just to yourself?
Not really. I mean,
No.
usually has to do with costumes. And
Yeah.
I have some things up that I made. Those skulls, I made like a Pennywise one and
Oh,
a
cool.
Art the Clown one that I just
Yeah.
have here. I don't think I showed anybody, but they're here.
Yeah.
I just make things for something to do.
Yeah, that's
You know.
neat though.
And
I love that.
the large Marge truck was kind of fun. I was kind of proud of it when it was done. It made
Yeah.
it literally out of cardboard foam and glue and paint.
Neat.
Yeah.
But I think cool people just find people. Cool people find other cool people.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a superpower because you kind of get to filter out the people that you're like, oh, well. I
True.
know.
You don't
You're
get me,
not-
so
you're not that
bye.
fun.
You don't get me. Yeah. And I'm real comfortable with people I know, but I always say with strangers, like at the movies, I always sit on the aisle because I don't want to sit next to somebody I don't know. It's really weird. I got
Yeah.
I got weird
I
issues like
I
that.
sit in the middle of everybody. I'm like,
See-
okay, so nobody will sit. At least I'll know somebody.
No, if I'm with people that I know, they can sit on each side. But I don't want to sit by someone like going on a plane. I can't stand sitting by someone I don't know, and it's like a social anxiety thing, I guess.
Chris can't stand it when we pre-buy pre-purchase like movie theater seats, and we'll have a row and there's nobody on there.
And then the whole row.
The
Same.
whole row's open.
I do too. I'm like, what is going on?
somebody
They're all
comes
sitting in the
in,
same row.
But there's like tons of empty seats.
the whole thing's open.
Like,
It's
you
a private showing
psychotic
situation.
Person.
I
And
get the
somebody
same.
else bought a ticket. Here they come, and they walk into the theater, and they sit right next to Chris. It is-
Oh, I would lose
his
my mind,
reaction
dude.
is
I've gotta be
so
moved. I've gotta be
funny.
moved.
I would lose my shit.
I'm like, if the theater's full, okay. It's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
that
is.
makes
But
sense.
But it's
There's
half.
nobody here, man.
Yeah, literally, one time we were the only ones in the theater, and this dude comes sits in this. It was that old.
told you.
I would blow a gasket too. I got that same.
You remember the Regal on 85, that pretty big one that they just closed pretty recently? It was over there off 85.
Okay.
And a huge room. It's like we were up here for it's our anniversary, and it was that Kiss convention that was on Halloween, probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
You guys played Black Diamond.
Oh yeah, of course.
And we went to see a movie, a Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
One or two, one of them. And literally huge room, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. Me and Ren are just sitting in the seats. This dude, just nobody else is in. I mean, when I say,
Nobody.
I'm not being exaggerated either.
Literally,
Nobody else is in
just
there.
you guys.
Just me and Ren. And this guy comes and sits literally.
You kidding me right now?
No. Next to me, and I just look
Oh my
at
god,
him.
I
I'm
lose
just
my
like,
shit. What are you doing? I'd have to say, what are you doing, man?
Right? It's like, dude,
Go away.
if you want to sit in this angle, just maybe go back a row at least.
Is he by
Yeah.
himself? Maybe he's
And
just lonely or
somebody else
something.
came and sat beside him. So I just looked at him. I'm just like, and he was kind of sitting on my jacket because it was Halloween. It's
really weird.
Chilly, so I grabbed my jacket and I just moved to the other side of the
Yeah,
room.
get all mad.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
And I'm not making fun of this. I'm bringing this up because there's people listening to this they're going to relate to this 100%.
I mean, again, you're going to see a Marvel movie on opening weekend. You're probably going to be
Probably gonna
beside
sit.
someone.
That's why I get the aisle, man.
And you
That's
mentally
fine.
and emotionally prepare for that situation.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I get that. I go to a concert.
And
I
you
know
do it. You're prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you go to a concert, somebody's going to be sitting in the seat next to you. That's
Pretty
just
much.
what it is. But it's
I'm
like-
only like that with parking. I'll park way out yonder.
And then
I'm
someone will
not
park
as
next
bad
to you.
anymore. And then somebody will park next to
Yes.
you.
What are you doing?
And my brand new Bronco, I'd only had it for like a
Yeah.
week. This big old beater
feel
comes,
like they
pulls
did
up
it on
next to me and like
purpose.
dinged my car. I was like, you
Yeah.
jackass. There's like a whole parking lot.
They dinged it.
They dinged it. Just came and parked
lose- oh
right
my
next to me.
God.
I was in like a row way back yonder.
Again,
you
I
know what
would
I
lose
mean?
it.
And there's
I would
like
lose
20 parking spots all around me.
And Sarah's
insane.
tiny, but I'm tall and juicy. So when it happens
Tall
to
and
me,
juicy.
when I get out of the car, I'm like, I'll hold the door because I didn't want to ding somebody else's
Yes.
car. And then it's like a Cirque du Soleil situation. Like I'm like one leg out, like long legs, and I'll like squeeze my booty. And like there was one time in Atlanta, I actually had to go into my passenger side and crawl over my console.
Yeah.
Just to get in my chair because people will park so close.
So
to you.
close to you. I
In
know.
all fairness,
absurd.
sometimes the parking space, I noticed it in Atlanta, like,
A little
parking
smaller.
spaces are narrower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are. The roads too.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Mhm.
stupid.
I know.
Scary.
It's like today when we parked at World Market, I noticed all those parking places were narrow as crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like-
Yeah.
So
They were.
Yep.
sometimes you just
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it.
No, I guess they think everybody's driving like Fiats and smart
Yeah,
cars.
it's our 5 foot tall or something like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, that's 6 foot. I mean,
Yeah.
Three of us in here are pretty tall.
Yeah.
You're not. Six.
I'm not. I'm sorry, guys.
Tall club.
Hey, I'm tall to some people.
Yeah, to children.
Some people consider me tall.
Children.
You're average size.
It's a blessing and a
Yeah.
curse for sure.
This is true.
Being tall.
I'll take it though. I'll take it. I'll take tall over short. But then again, I've never known being short, so I can't say anything. I mean, I was short when I was a kid, then I grew.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was always
I
tall.
was always a tall kid, but that was the shortest I ever was.
It's a
Sure,
blessing to
sure.
be able to reach the cabinets.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cabinet shelves. Yeah.
Then people
That's like a
ask-
blessing.
then People ask
People do ask you.
It's like,
I always say I'm good for something.
yeah.
I'll get it
I
for
mean,
you.
I'm tall, but I will be honest with you. I feel like it's like the most overrated trait that people look for. Like when, like, especially
Yeah.
dating, I'm like, you're slicing out so many cool things, so many cool people by saying I'm only going to date someone who's this tall or taller than me.
Right.
Like, you just cancel out so many cool people and potential, you know.
True.
So I mean, I like being
even
tall.
Shaq
but-
married a short one. So, you know, it's like, he's a giant. So, but
Wow.
he's a giant. Everybody's short apparently.
Everybody.
Yeah, even me. So.
All right. Have we ended the question? Everybody's just kind of looking around at me now.
We had an awesome interview, like, and things like, you know what grinds my gears about movie theaters and like tall people.
We'll get on another tangent here in a minute. So.
I know. We better end it on a positive note. Yeah.
Positive. Let's see. What can we do?
Yeah, well, Lee's podcast,
Yep.
7:00 on Sundays. If you have any questions, where can they email you guys at?
Podcast City 1.
That's the number one. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a dream
I
interview?
think it's Gmail.
Or is there like anybody you've been trying to get on the show, like to interview, or like a group or a business you want to talk to? You guys have been trying to get, or
Well, we always try to get members of KISS.
Oh yeah, Kiss.
We're hoping to
Listen
maybe get
this.
Peter at some point because he's got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
So Joe's working on
Joe
that.
got
Peter,
him, didn't he?
if you're
I don't know if we had him once. Not when I was.
Okay.
He's-
Maybe it's just a one-on-one thing. He did or
Yeah,
something.
but we've had some good people on there, but
We've had Bruce on it, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you'd be a great podcast to go on because it would be just such a good interview.
well,
Yeah.
Peter and his wife like us and like Joe, and like me, so
good.
we're hoping they say yes.
Yeah.
It would definitely be positive.
We'll manifest it right now.
Yeah, it's gonna
Thank you.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
Come on, cat people.
And
It'll happen
he's such a sweetie.
We get the cat family on here.
Exactly.
It'll happen. He's got that album coming out. It'll happen.
Yeah.
He's got
Well, he doesn't do a lot of podcasts.
That's
so.
true, but hey, why not do y'all's for the first?
Exactly.
You know,
That's
The
right.
top,
That's
one,
what
of the
we're
top,
hoping.
one of the top, I'd say,
That's
top
what we're
5
hoping.
KISS podcasts. I'd say it's you guys for
That's
sure.
what we're hoping.
Yeah, we'll put it out there. It's gonna happen. Peter, Chris, if you're listening,
Yeah, he's definitely listening to our little one.
You never know.
You never know.
manifest Peter. If Peter, Chris, listen to this, I'd just be like, okay, we're done.
That's
We're
it.
ending the whole thing.
I've reached the
Goal
pinnacle.
achieved.
You have to find a new manager because I'm out.
I'm out. I got done. Like, Peter, Chris actually lists something that I had a hand in. I'm good. You know. But I'm done. I got nothing else. So.
Got nothing.
All right. Well, it was so nice to meet you. We
You
appreciate
too.
you for taking the time to come.
Oh, this was
Let
fun.
us come up here and, I guess, trespass all over your little area
Anytime.
here.
Anytime.
All right. Well,
The
that's-
kiss layer, as
Yeah.
Rick used to say. That's how Rick said it. Kiss your kiss layer.
The Kiss layer is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. It's nice and organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to come do Chris's room.
Yeah, this is what I could strive to be: is nice and organized. My
Yeah.
collection of
Just
stuff.
do a little at a time. That's all that's like a puzzle, Tetris.
Yep. That's just the problem. Is like start it. Where do you start?
Yeah, like I said, I started on one wall and
Yeah.
it just kind of kept going.
I've actually stopped buying stuff because I just ran.
I have
out of it.
too.
Yeah, like even
I'm really trying, although I did get the Squid Game Funko because that's what I'm obsessed with right now.
Those don't take up a lot of room. So, you know,
I know, but I gotta stop. What am I gonna
But
do
they
with
are
all
like, but
this
Funkos
stuff?
are like gremlins. You get them wet and they multiply.
I know. It's like, what am I gonna do with all this stuff?
Yeah, I got a lot of Funkos in boxes. I'm like, well, if I need it, I can pull it out. If somebody's coming to a con, I can just pull it out of it. Or something like that.
I'm really trying not to buy a lot more stuff.
I just ran out of room. Like even all those, of course, those album drops they keep coming out with are like $200. I'm like, I don't need a $200.
I know. Oh, the box sets.
I knew
Well, the box set is a different. It's a box set, but like a
Yeah.
picture disc of Animalized. I'm like, I don't think I need that. You know? So, anyway, I'm
funny.
getting on another tangent, so cut me off, Sarah.
That's right. We'll keep blabbing.
All right, guys. That's a wrap.
All right. Thanks.